What about George and April?
Past trauma is now affecting me. And I'm the one having to carry it on my shoulders.
I feel so sorry for George. I do, but I understand April too.
Yeah.
I understand April for the very first time. I understand April.
I don't want to continue feeling like I have to walk and tread on eggshells all the time, because if I say something, it might upset him, and then he gets in a mood and he storms off.
George is putting a lot of pressure, and it's always about George.
But he has a history of cheating.
Yeah, I know.
He also has kids to think of.
Yeah.
So he's thinking of more than himself. I think that's very good.
He's a good father.
Just me trusting her, it's my family trusting, it's my kids trusting. I'm representing them as well at the same time.
It's really nice to see this side of a man. It really is. He's always thinking ahead. You know, he's never living in the moment. That sounds a lot like me. I'm always thinking ahead. I know, Mars. I'm always thinking ahead. So I really love that about George, because I know it comes from a good place. But, gee, he's putting a lot of pressure on April, though. He's putting a lot of pressure on April.
I think it's hard. I mean, I get that he needs to know everything. He wants the details, because
He wants to see if she's
given him
being
a
honest.
story, and then he saw online another story. She said, don't read that story. Of course he's going to read the story, though.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to read this. You can't help yourself. If you see something about someone you're in a relationship with, you're going to read about it.
Going to, let's be honest, you know.
You know, and then he's feeling a bit betrayed because she didn't divulge some information. Now,
See, George is like me. George is like me because I value honesty above all else. And to me, honesty is everything.
Well, she didn't actually lie. She just chose not to get in depth with it. Obviously,
I reckon she lied. There has to be. It can't just be that she didn't give the finer details.
Well, apparently she said it was a fling, and he said he noticed it was more than a fling.
Yeah.
But then a fling to some people could be different. She might consider what she did a fling, and he might consider it more.
Relationship, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to know the facts and I need to know details. What I don't want to do is find out something different.
Yeah.
If I've got two stories, which one do I go with?
I don't think she lied. I felt like, you know, obviously when you're talking about past relationships, I think it's very uncomfortable.
Yep.
So, you know, she's not going to say, oh, I did this with him, I did that with that. Like, she doesn't want to. She doesn't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe she will in time, but she doesn't want to do that right now.
And she doesn't have to do it.
No.
She really doesn't have to do that.
And
but
I don't feel
George,
like George would take it well either.
No, he won't.
If she did. If she said, I did this with this, I did this, I don't think he'd like that either.
see, I'm a bit like that. That's why I try not to get involved with anyone now. But when I really love someone, I want to know the details as well, and I get into my own head.
Them for it.
Yeah, I know.
And then you start blaming the person for something they did with them
10 years ago.
It's a history.
It's a history, and I
To
know
someone
that.
that-
So
I don't
I
have
understand
issues with that,
both
but
points of view
I know
on
people
this.
do.
I understand, see, and it's like, oh, George, I see myself a lot in you, George, because, you know, you really like someone and you want a future with them. And I know he's wrong. I know he's wrong. I know I've been wrong. I really believe that he's in the wrong because I've been in the wrong. You know, I should have just let things go and say, okay, accept them for who they are and how they treat me right then and there, but I haven't done that. I've looked into their past.
I don't like the way that you say that you trust me, but you don't.
So I see what George is doing, and I've reflected and go, oh, that's me. That's me. And it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch because at the end of the day, April hasn't done anything, and she's always reassuring him.
Yeah.
And that's not her job. It's not her job to reassure him, you know? That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough one.
It is.
It really is.
I hope that they can sort it out because they seem like they would actually be a good couple.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But let's get back to Whitney. Let's get back to Whitney.
Let's get back to the good stuff. Come on.
Whitney!
Now, Duca. I want to talk about Duca if we can. Okay, this is really interesting as well. It's pouring rain here, guys. If you hear a lot of rain in the background, it's pouring here. It's freezing and pouring here in Sydney, Australia.